Hello, this is a message from the Government of New Zealand. You are receiving this video on your electronic device because you are entering or are already in a location with prominent numbers of Jonas clones. To ensure your survival and/or safety, please continue watching this video. This video is being broadcast to you in conjunction with the Ministry of Jonas Clones. What is a Jonas clone? A Jonas clone is a humanoid creature created as the result of a scientific accident in Western Canada some 30 years prior to the creation of this video. They are near identical in appearance. They have dark brown, messy hair and brown eyes. Their skin color matches that of the average European. They lie between 1.5 and 2 meters in terms of height, 4'11" and 6'6", and roughly weigh between 30 to 60 kilograms, 66 to 132 pounds. A sole Jonas clone is known as a joey, or in the Maori language, hioi. A pair of Jonas clones is known as a doozy, or turiti. A group of Jonas clones is known as a crowd, or mano. A regular Jonas clone lifespan is predicted to last roughly 1,400 years. This means that Jonas clones will outlast an estimated 252 generations of humans. Jonas clones defy all explanation, and thus must be destroyed at all costs if they continue on like this. Behavior and habitat of Jonas clones. A Jonas clone prefers large open fields, be it flat or hilly. This way, Jonas clones can spot threats easier, congregate in large areas, and be aware of their surroundings. This plays out into two advantages. It gives them the ability to forewarn other Jonas clones of a danger or occurrence that may pose some form of threat to their survival, and 2, it allows them room to congregate in large numbers. Jonas clones are omnivores but choose not to eat meat due to the difficulty for them to even injure an animal, especially in these trying times. Jonas clones have genders. The exact cause and/or reason for this is unknown. The exact fact that they do have genders baffles scientists and breaks the point of their name, Jonas clones. There is a rumor of Jonas clones engaging in sexual behavior, which is horrific in idea and would be even more shocking if one were to even provide undeniable proof that it happens. However, the exact point of Jonas clones engaging in sexual behavior is unclear, concerning they do have access to cloning devices and can therefore create as many replicas of themselves to their heart's content instead of, Jonas clone combat. Jonas clones are rubbish at combat. They find it difficult to operate heavy machinery such as a gun, and in some cases find it hard to even use a butter knife. Some have even been scared by other animals and mutant creatures, likely striking such immense fear in Jonas clones that they may seek to destroy entire species. Such was the case in 2039, when several species of spider went extinct, all at the hands of creatures who have the collective brain power to even fail the first school year. Jonas clones have 3 main ways of attacking and defending. 1. They use sneak attacks and attempt to hide from their target, trying their best to stay out of their target's view. They will use the surrounding geography and botanical life to whatever advantages they perceive, retreating if they cannot find one. 2. They use deception to trick their target. In one case, Jonas clones entered combat with several human militias backed up in the streets of the Irish city of Limerick. Suddenly, several Jonas clones dropped dead. When the militiamen approached the Jonas clones, they all jumped up suddenly, pushing the militias back and eventually out of the city. 3. They will use whatever they can find to defend themselves. Branches, flowers, dead carcasses, Nerf guns, you name it. If it's sturdy and can be used as defense and/or as a weapon, chances are Jonas clones will use it to defend themselves. Jonas clone territories. Using the combat methods discussed prior and the ability to clone themselves infinitely, the Jonas clones have taken over vast swaths of land. Almost every country on the planet, with the exception of the Maldives, Sri Lanka, San Marino, Monaco, and Lesotho, have territory that has been seized by Jonas clones. The clones have established a government formerly headed in Vancouver and now headed in the remnants of Tokyo, Japan. Their hierarchy is more of a monarchy despite calling themselves a republic, with their leader replaced by their deputy upon death or resignation. Jonas clones have set up so-called major cities. 32 locations of former human cities have been set up as main Jonas clone centers. These centers are unique from other Jonas clone settlements in the fact that they rather attempt to build their own societies rather than going off what is already in the general vicinity. In order to do this, however, Jonas clones have demolished several locations. In Jerusalem, the Western Wall was demolished by Jonas clones in order to build a housing estate, and in Paris, the Louvre was demolished and replaced with a large white building, the point of which is unknown. This, among other actions, have truly offended the human race. It comes to our attention that between the dates of May 31st, 2050 and October 2nd, 2054, Jonas clones seized several nuclear weapon facilities in Pakistan, India, North Korea, China, and France. They have used the nuclear weapons on their enemies. Such was the case on December 6, 2055, when in order to get revenge on several Jonas clone deaths 3 days prior, the city of Bratislava in Slovakia was hit with nuclear weapons. Do not perform any action that may provoke further attacks. How to deal with Jonas clones. If you, perchance, come across a Jonas clone, take these measures to ensure your survival. Make sure it isn't armed or intending to engage in combat. If it feels it's in danger, it will see you as an active threat. Take up arms if necessary. Attacking first will only attract other Jonas clones who may be in the area. If it is attempting to attack, but is not an active threat, raise your voice and speak sternly. Move away slowly, keeping your eyes on the Jonas clones. Keep moving until you are out of the Jonas clone's view. Once out of its view, report the incident to anyone you may encounter. If by chance you do engage in combat with a Jonas clone, act swiftly. Do not attack with a gun unless it too is using something that can shoot projectiles. Use physical combat in case. If not, then use a weapon like a blade or a blunt object. Do not necessarily try to kill it. A dead body, coupled with its smell, Jonas clones will quickly release any and all gases trapped in its body, this includes dilithium, after death, will attract other Jonas clones to the area, and you may eventually meet your own demise. If it begins begging for its life, spare it, and if possible, leave it be. Finally, do not, by all means, run after it if it begins retreating. This will only make the Jonas clone act on impulse, and you will likely face injury and more likely death. Do not run after a Jonas clone. Ever. This concludes this educational video regarding Jonas clones and the necessary tips to ensure your survival. If you need further information, refer to your Jonas clone guidebook or connect your device, if possible, to an internet connection and go to www.jonasclones.govt.nz or the websites of the UN's International Creature Organization, www.ico-un.org. Do you wish to have this message repeated for you in your device's set language?